I'm Ash, and this is day one of a 10-day journey into AI video. Not the theory, not the buzzwords, the actual process. The prompts I use, the tools I use, the mistakes I make, and how I fix them. Today, we're covering what AI video actually is, because most people get this completely wrong from the start. We'll go through the 4 main types of AI video. I'll demo a real scene live from a blank prompt, and I'll show you why the first version fails and how 3 extra lines change everything. This is the foundation everything else builds on.
So what is AI video actually? Most people think you type, "make me a movie," and something cinematic comes out. That's not how it works. AI video is closer to directing than generating. You're describing precisely, intentionally, and the AI builds what you describe. There are 4 types worth knowing right now. Text to video, you write a description, the AI generates the scene from scratch. Image to video, you give it a still image and it animates it with movement. Image generation, not video yet, but this is the foundation for almost everything worth making. And AI-assisted editing, using AI to enhance, regrade, or stabilize footage you already have. Most beginners mix these up and end up using the wrong tool for the job. Text to video when they should be using image to video. Understanding the difference will save you hours of frustration.
Let me show you the actual process I use. We're going to generate a monsoon railway station scene right now. Here's my first attempt. This is what most beginners type. A boy at a train station in the rain. Submitting that now. And look, it's technically fine. There's a person, there's a station, there's some rain. But there's no emotion in it, no atmosphere. It could be any rainy station anywhere. This is where most people stop and think the tool doesn't work. But the tool isn't the problem. This is exactly what a generic prompt produces, a generic result. The fix isn't a different tool, it's a different description.
Same tool, same settings. Now watch what happens when I actually describe what I want to feel. The prompt is, a lonely teenage boy standing on a rain-soaked Indian railway platform during monsoon season. Warm amber station lights reflecting on the wet tiles. Shallow depth of field. Cinematic Bollywood realism. Emotional atmosphere. Soft rain falling. Every word in that prompt is doing a job. Lonely sets the emotion. Amber station lights gives the lighting direction. Shallow depth of field is a camera instruction. Bollywood realism is a visual style reference the AI understands. Look at the output now. Same request, completely different result. You can feel the humidity. You can feel the waiting.
Here's the side-by-side. Generic prompt on the left. Technically a station, technically rain. Zero emotional resonance. Cinematic prompt on the right. That amber glow, the rain texture on the tiles, that sense of someone waiting for something that matters. The difference is not the AI model. It's not a paid tier. It's the quality of the description. This is the most important thing I can tell you in day one. The AI can only build what you describe. If you describe a subject, you get a photo. If you describe a feeling, you get a scene.
So which tools are we actually going to use across this series? For image to video, animating still images, Kling is currently the best for realistic, controlled motion. For creative, longer-form cinematic outputs, Veo from Google. For experimentation and shorter stylized clips, Runway. For generating the still images we'll animate, Midjourney or Flux, depending on what style you're going for. You don't need to subscribe to all of these right now. Every tool I use has a free tier or a trial. I'll tell you exactly which one makes sense for each workflow as we go. The goal is not to collect tools. It's to understand which tool solves which problem. 3 mistakes I made constantly at the start, so you don't have to. 1. Trying to do everything in one generation. Good AI video is layered. You generate an image first, then animate it. Jumping straight to text to video usually gives you chaos. 2. Giving up after the first output. Every cinematic thing I've ever made took at least 3 attempts. The first generation is your starting point, not your final answer. 3. Describing objects instead of feelings. The AI doesn't just respond to boy and rain, it responds to lonely and monsoon and amber light. The emotion and the atmosphere are the most important words in your prompt, not the subject. Day 1, done. Here's what we covered. AI video is directing through language, not pressing a magic button. There are 4 types: text to video, image to video,
Image generation, AI editing, and knowing which to use changes your whole workflow. Generic prompts produce generic results. Every word in your prompt is a creative decision. And the 3 biggest beginner mistakes are trying everything in one shot, quitting after the first output, and writing for objects instead of emotion. That's the foundation. Tomorrow, we build on it.
Your homework for day 1. Think of one emotional memory, a childhood scene, a rainy afternoon, a journey you remember, a moment of arrival or departure. Don't think about AI yet. Just write down what you actually remember, what you saw, what the light looked like, what you felt. Write it the way you describe it to someone who wasn't there. Tomorrow, we're going to turn that memory into your first real cinematic prompt. That's where this gets personal.
Subscribe if this was useful, because day 2 is where it gets really interesting. We're going deep on cinematic prompt engineering. I'll show you the exact 6-part formula I use to build every emotional scene I generate. And we're going to take that memory you just wrote down and build it into something that actually looks cinematic. See you tomorrow.